Hi colleagues, my name is Dave Ratchford. I am the Unison Regional Officer for Derbyshire UNISON. This is the first in a series of video blogs that we hope to do for the branch on a weekly basis, just to keep you informed of key issues and key developments that are affecting you. The first of these, Friday the 12th of April, is really regarding the consultative ballot that we've launched this week for Derbyshire County Council members. The consultative ballot is not something we wanted to do. It's something that we believe that we have to do in order to give you the opportunity now to take the next step as members, to defend your terms and conditions, to defend your jobs, and to defend the services that you provide. This is obviously in response to the £32 million of cuts to services and jobs that have been proposed over the next 12 months by the County Council, and also the unilateral reduction in your redeployment entitlements. Formerly, you would have had 2 years pay protection if you'd had to redeploy to a lower grade, and 3 years excess mileage and travel time protection. That's all been harmonised downwards now to 18 months against our arguments. Those arguments were rejected. The Council have unilaterally decided to do that. And also they've withdrawn from the decades-long process of consulting with us on every restructure and every redundancy. These are things that we don't believe that we can accept unchallenged. We now must turn to you and seek your view as to what you want to do next about this. It's our recommendation that you vote yes to move to an industrial action ballot. And let me just say something about the position of the employer and our position on this. The employer says that they've consulted us. The employer says they continue to consult us. They don't recognise that we're in a trade dispute because we're still in dialogue. But we're not in dialogue. Dialogue is the exchange of two sets of views. That's what consultation is. This isn't that. This is them sitting down with us repeatedly and telling us what they're going to do or what they've already done, and there's really no space for us to make any kind of meaningful contribution in that. That's information. If it were consultation, then we would know the exact numbers of jobs that are proposed to be cut. We would know what the time frames are. We would know what the services are and what the implications are. We would have all of the data, and then we would be able to make a meaningful contribution and meaningful alternative proposals. And we do have alternative proposals. And for us, the fundamental thing here is, how can it be possible that it's cheaper for Derbyshire to outsource so much of its provision to the private sector that have to make a profit, rather than keep it in-house, build it, develop it at cost, no profit motive required, at cost, retaining the flexibility, retaining the knowledge in-house. But unfortunately, that's not what's happening, and we're not getting the opportunity to make those arguments, to table those arguments in any formal fora. Therefore, we've moved to this position, and I understand that this will be new territory for an awful lot of people. Let me just say a word now about the difference between a consultative ballot and an industrial action ballot. An industrial action ballot is governed by legislation, so there are specific ways we have to do it over specific timescales. Consultative ballot, we are left to our own devices to do it, so we can run it democratically. By democratically, I mean I sat in a presentation today about the cuts to children's services. I was told that there was a consultation with the public for 6 weeks towards the beginning of the year, and there were over 2,000 responses, the largest that children's services have ever received, and one of the largest the council's ever received, full stop. They were overwhelmingly negative responses to the proposals. They expressed clear, explicit fears about what would happen to vulnerable families and vulnerable children if these proposals were to go through. And then we moved on, and the council said, well, that's what we're going to proceed with. We're happy with that. That doesn't really sound like democracy to me. It might not sound like democracy to you. Our consultative ballot is democratic in the sense that we're going to do it electronically on the whole. And obviously, for those people we don't have email addresses for, we're doing the physical consultation, the paper trail. But what that means is that we can ensure a much higher turnout than the constraints of the legislation that's placed on us in an industrial action ballot. But you will be listened to. If we get 2,000 plus responses coming back like the employer did that say, yes, we want to move to industrial action ballot, then that's where we'll be going. If we get 2,000 back that say, no, that's not what we want to do, then that's not what we'll be doing. It will be driven by you, the members. We've given you our opinion. We've told you what we think should happen next. It's now over to you. That's democracy. And that's what we will see happen as a result of this. So the key message here really is we want you to use your vote. Vote yes, as we've recommended. Vote no. Whichever way you want to vote, use your vote. That's the important thing here. That's the take home. We'll be contacting you shortly with details about some other activities that we want to engage in around this. But what we're really looking for as well is we need as many of you as possible to get involved for as much or as little as you can spare. We really need colleagues to talk to colleagues about this. We need members to engage with other members. So if you can at all do that, you've got the email address of the branch. Get in touch. Let us know how much or how little time you can spare. We will make extremely valuable usage of that. So thank you very much for your time. And as I say, we hope to continue this on a week-to-week basis so that we can keep you informed about what's happening. Thank you again.